Now that we have gotten the update, it is finally time to talk about the lore of what is actually happening, and who the traitor might actually be. So this video will be explaining what is told from the update, so enjoy. First, we need to talk about this event. The event has brought many new details and most importantly, the dialogues. But I will talk about them later. We do know that Dr. Zenon is working with Frosty, but how has he returned? Frosty is suspected to be this guy here because of his overall design. But now his core isn't brightened up. It's pretty interesting to notice that he's still alive in this shape. So, how did he come back? Dr. Zenon is known for making machines and building robots, with two machines having exterior cartoonish looks, to their broken cells being very evil. This may mean that Dr. Zenon's ex has revived Frosty with the same implants that she uses for Exo Santa and Ginger Dread. And the reason why his eyes are glowing is because she always uses a power source for her creations, it actually being the Winter Crystal. Let's actually go on further detail about this crystal. This crystal is from the Frosty invasion, seen by Frosty, but this is a unique crystal. This crystal can be used against the Calamity forces, said by Advisor. And he also mentions that Dr. Zenon wants these for some reason. He also mentions that we have the crystals, and the reason why she is attacking us is that she wants them. But why does she want these crystals? After the Awakened, she probably doesn't want to have to deal with them anymore, especially since she had to sacrifice her best friend and also to not get attacked again, but also, to possibly revive Frosty. If the crystals contain power to revive creatures, then Frosty's chest should at least be glowing, because the army would have input a new crystal. But I believe that Dr. Zenon and the boss made a deal to help each other, where Dr. Zenon can revive Frosty with robotic components and also use the power of the crystals to refuel Frosty to come back to life. Another piece of evidence this may be true is the event where the Revenant is the final boss, and it is where Frosty's soul exits the Revenant's body, leaving to somewhere else. Frosty's soul was bound to a body, but since the host was too weak, he left it. And now, he has either returned back to his body, not robotic but fueled with the crystals, or he has been revived as a living organism with robotic implants and fueled by the crystals. Finally, let's talk about the traitor. The traitor was first mentioned when the Wretched mentions about there being a traitor among us.
There's a traitor among you. How long until you realize who it is?
But also, we get a few new details about Dr. Zenon talking about Advisor. She talks about her being surprised that the GDA hasn't gotten rid of us as well, showing that Dr. Zenon didn't leave by herself. She was fired, and another dialogue, and her says she thought she destroyed all the files at the HQ, and the leftover file was most likely about the crystals. This also points at the fact that she was still in the GDA and had knowledgement about the crystals, possibly meaning that in the Tower Battles era, she was still in the GDA, and she wasn't against the GDA for using the Calamity Rock, since she uses it herself when she does her experiments. We may not be too sure about how or why she got fired, but we do know she did get fired for a specific reason. It could be because she was making some dumb creations, since Wretched called her creations idiotic. But it also seems that she knows Advisor a lot more than we thought we knew him. Dr. Zenon says that we trust Advisor so much, but we will one day know what it was like for her, after she got fired and went to make her own army, and a whole sequence of events happened. The Calamity. After that, she does not want to interfere with the power of Calamity, so she finds and uses the crystals to use against the Calamity so she doesn't have to deal with the Awakened. This all goes back to why she's reviving Frosty, to not only try to take down the GTA, but to also have defense against the Calamity since they are pretty mad at us for using their power.